From the News Channel 5 Network, this is OpenLine.
And good Monday evening to you all. Thanks so much for joining us here on Open Line. I'm Jessica Ralston. We have a little bit of a ladies' night going on, but a great broad topic that everyone can join in on the discussion tonight. We are with the ladies from Nashville Next, and Debbie here's from the Madison Rivergate Chamber of Commerce. We're talking about Nashville Next, the future of the city, and what you all would like to see happen, and what Nashville Next is doing to push the city forward. So let me do some introductions here. Tiffany Capehart is from Nashville Next. You're a planner, correct? And Denise Ferguson, also from Nashville Next, who is on the Community Engagement Committee. And then last but not least, Debbie Massey from the Madison Rivergate Chamber of Commerce, the Executive Director. So in a minute, we'll get to you and see how you get involved in all of this and it all comes together. But first of all, ladies, and of course, always call in with your questions or comments if you'd like to talk about the future of the city or what you would like to see happen. Projects you'd like to see come together, please give us a call. We certainly would appreciate it at 737+. All right, well, Tiffany, do you want to get us started here and talk about what is Nashville Next?
Okay, so Nashville Next is the city's 25-year plan. We're planning for the future of Nashville. Like very many major cities, you have what's called a comprehensive plan that provides guidance for growth and development and preservation in a city over, say, 25 or 30 or even 40-year time frame. Okay. So Nashville Next is Nashville's version of the comprehensive plan, and we have branded it Nashville Next because, again, we're in this great time in Nashville. There's a lot of change happening, and it's consistently asking, okay, so what's next? And so we're in a great time to be planning for the future.
Those plans have to be pretty busy because, as everyone knows, you can't go a few blocks in the city anymore without seeing a construction crane somewhere. There's so much going on constantly. It's hard for us to keep up with it, and I think it's a pretty good time to be here right now. So what is the overall plan? I just feel like it's moving so fast already. How do you even think about the future and what else could come?
Yeah. So you know, in Nashville's future, the things that the planning staff has to think about when planning for the future of any city is thinking about growth trends. And what we're seeing a lot now are you know, we're going to have another 200,000 people in Nashville over the next 25 years. Another 1 million people within the Middle Tennessee region. We're seeing where we have younger folks, millennials. It's going to be a very large part of our population in the future, as well as our baby boomers, folks that are going to be retiring out of jobs. And so we're seeing a lot of housing, employment changes with regard to that. And also the thing that we have to think about as our city grows over the future is how to preserve the places that we do want to see preserved in terms of, you know, our rural spaces and our open spaces. And so we're thinking about growth, but we're also thinking about preservation at the same time. And that also includes our residential neighborhoods that people care so much about, you know, trying to figure out how do we accommodate growth but at the same time preserve character.
Well, absolutely. We've seen instances of that, of people not agreeing over in East Nashville and now on Music Row. You know, there's this fight over this historic building that, you know, has ruffled some feathers too. So you're in the process of creating this 25-year plan. Where are you with the process right now?
Okay. Well, so the Nashville Next process has included community outreach from the very beginning. So in February of 2013, we did a big kickoff where we were asking people, what do you love about Nashville? What do you like to see improved? We took those very broad ideas down into priorities where people let us know what their priorities were. And among those top priorities included walkability, affordable housing, transit, economic development. And then so from there, we were able to think about, okay, the 200,000 people that we're going to see, another 300,000 jobs and employment that we're going to see. Where is that going to land in Nashville? And so we did some growth mapping sessions all over the county where people put those people and jobs in different places, and that helped inform where we are this summer, which is looking at 3 different ways Nashville could grow, 3 different futures. Those futures include, you know, business as usual, thinking about as we grow today, just kind of keeping status quo, versus centers with adjacent infill, so thinking about places like Madison, like Hickory Hollow, like Bellevue, growing those centers with residential infill around. or growing along our corridors, and that means, you know, concentrating a lot of growth along pikes like Nolensville Pike or Murfreesboro Pike or Gallatin Pike. And so Nashvillians have been weighing in on those three different options, and that's kind of what we're here to talk about tonight, is some of the results that we've seen over the summer.
Absolutely, and we're getting it. And well, Denise, I would imagine this is part of your role in all this, is talking with people about their feedback. Would you say 15,000 people have weighed in with their ideas? That's a lot of ideas, so everyone always has an opinion. So what can you tell us about who you've been talking to, what kind of people are giving the feedback, who's getting involved?
I think that's part of the beauty of Nashville Next, is that the people who are participating, it's a broad spectrum. So we're talking about renters, we're talking about homeowners, we're talking about homegrown Nashville folks, and we're talking about folks who are transient, who are coming in, plan to be here maybe 5 or 10 years, and some folks who are totally coming in and planning on raising children and remaining here permanently. I think one of the things that I am so proud of this process has been, it's been so inclusionary. So it's included language adaptation, right? Because when we look at the growth of Nashville, we have a really large and growing Hispanic population, as well as a growing and a thriving Kurdish community. And so it's really looked at diversity, not just on income, not just on race, but it's in bringing all those things to the intersection. I live in McFerrin Park, and as Tiffany was talking, I was thinking about, you know, I've been there 10 years. It's in East Nashville, and I moved there because I wanted to keep a home that had a big front porch and a swing on it. I like that, and so I do have a concern about losing some of the character. And what I like about this process, that we're provided an opportunity to weigh in on that, and it's been very hands-on. There's some of the activities that we've done have been for folks such as myself. I'm not a big map reader, other than, you know, to know this, I've got to go a hard left on 65 to make it to, you know, to make it to my destination. But really helping folks to understand, how do we utilize all of the resources and all the information so that people have an opportunity to communicate what they're passionate about and what their specific neighborhoods look like. And I think it has helped me to understand what the challenges are, or what the benefits are for people having growth in Antioch, because I know it looks really different than it does in East Nashville, than it does in Madison. And it's been very welcoming, and as Nashville is being labeled a welcoming community, I think this process really mirrors that.
Well, good. And obviously you have to have input from just about everyone, because I mean, a diverse community is a successful community, and so you can't have one sector weighing in and handing over their opinions and then going with that. We all have to have our say, and because we have people from so many walks of life. And isn't that, I don't even know if you know the statistic, but I was so surprised when I moved here to learn that Nashville does have one of the largest Kurdish populations in America. So, and I don't know if a lot of people realize that, but there's a lot of special things about this city, and I would definitely say that that's one of them. So, okay, we'll go down the line here, and then we'll come back in full circle. So explain how you got involved in this, Debbie.
I'm also in the education committee as well, and we go back a long way. In 2007 or 8, we started the community plan to update the old plan that we had. And so Tiffany, the planning department, which does a wonderful job, by the way, we are very lucky to have the people that we do have in our metro planning department. But we did the community plan and got used to knowing what the verbiage was and what we needed to know and how to tell them what we wanted. So that came out in 2009. And we've had a ULI study, we've had a livability study. Madison is what we think is the next popping thing. We have the infrastructure already in place, and we have Amqui Station that we consider a town center. We have an old town center that we want to be revived again, and we want to be like one of the maps were the town centers, and we wanted to have the mixed use. We want to have businesses come in, we want to have affordable housing come in, we want to have walkability, all the words that we've been hearing, exactly what we want in Madison. So, and that's one way that we got engaged in the education committee. So I could help get that out to Madison.
Great.
And hopefully we have done a good job. If you get one person out, I think you've done a good job in getting some information out to some neighborhoods, because they go back and they talk. So you can also, don't have to go just to the lounges, you can go online and you can text, you can give them information that you want in any different way.
I love it. Okay, and we come back, we'll talk about what kind of information has been coming in, yes, how you can get involved, and of course you can get involved here tonight by giving us a call with your questions or comments. Tell us what you would like to see become a part of the plan, what you would like to see in your city. We'd love to hear from you tonight. So thanks for being here on Open Line. Stick with us, much more to come. 737 Plus.